The Sony 85mm f1.4 GM2 brand new lens, supposedly better, sharper, lighter, smaller, supposedly with better bokeh and stuff like that. Just how much better? Well, we've got the old one as well, 85mm Otis, a Canon EF 85 1.8 and an FD 85 1.8.
Either way, I didn't plan to film anything, hence the phone, but a casual hangout around Dan's always ends up with playing with a lot of gear, and as we had a few 85mm, I thought I'd share this with you. Unsurprisingly, the new Sony 85mm f1.4 GM2 is improved. The focusing does feel particularly snappy.
So it's got IAF on.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing actually.
For video, I was rather pleased at how reliable and quick those two XT linear motors focused the lens when combined with an A7R5. Yeah, cool, but what we really want to find out is just how the images look when compared to other options.
So this is the old school one. I mean, I say old school, it's just a few years old.
Older lens, cheaper price.
This is sort of like the portrait lens to go for, and there's really not much choice. There's not even the second version.
Oh, but how wrong was I? Anyway, newer doesn't always mean better bokeh. It's an f1.4 portrait lens, so it's partly about those blurry bits, and the old GM is pretty Bokehlicious, I'd say. Even better that they can be had for less than half the price of the new one.
It's weird actually, you just can't pick it up.
Pick what? Flower?
AF can't pick up that flower.
What am I here for then?
You're the bokeh.
For what it's worth, that is some mighty fine human bokeh, partly down to the subject. But what about the other stuff?
Oh, we're both doing the Asian squat.
Now, taking a little closer goosey gander at the gloriously gooey goodness, although they mangle human subjects all soft, it just about copes with some foliage bokeh, making it stand out just a little bit. But the question is, which one do you think is better? A or B? B or A? Which lens is which?
Same. It's the damn same.
Same, but with a 2 on the front.
What else is supposed to be better about the new one? It's got a 2 on the side.
Yeah, a lot more expensive. They make it
It's
small
better.
and lighter, bit faster focusing, they say.
It's got an extra button. And the text is moved. That's very important because that's now there.
Yep.
And it's like smaller. I mean, it's narrower. Look, if you think about it, it's narrower up here, but then it's fatter down here to make up for the fact it's narrower down there, right?
Filter size, is it?
Same, I think.
Yeah.
The new one is claimed to be 20% lighter and 13% smaller. That's fine, it's just that the size difference is not immediately obvious. It's actually a little longer than the old one, unless lenses also shrink in their old age. I mean, if we're looking at the little differences...
I know this is more important. This is better because this says interchangeable lens on it.
Yes, that's,
See, where's this
that's
one?
worth the money.
This one says,
It does say it.
it does say, but in a different place.
Yeah.
It also says not for sale. That's why this is more expensive.
Yeah, so it's more expensive, but you can't buy it.
Not for sale, all these.
Yeah.
Lighter
Smaller,
in the
lighter.
hand, heavier in the pocket.
Yes, that is it.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah.
Faster focusing. I'm sure they've probably done something with breathing, right?
Yes, a little less breathing.
This is probably a bargain now,
Yeah.
because whatever this has done is going to knock the used price and the new price of that.
That's unfortunate for you because you own it. If you want to sell it.
Yeah, we buy one. I'll sell you one.
Yeah, you can buy Dan Chung, world famous photographer, as seen on Cheap Camera Challenge and...
No, cheap lens challenge.
Yeah,
No, I mean, if that's 2/3 the price of that new,
makes sense, doesn't it?
I think I'd just live with that. Sony win both ways, right? Because they'll still
Yeah, I mean, they're
get a
still
sale
selling,
out of
aren't
that.
they? Yeah, they're still selling like that. 85cm closest focusing, same on that.
Oh, look though. Look, that's got a little raised bit there. See? It hasn't got a raised bit.
That's your money. That's where your money
Yeah, that's
goes.
why you've got a scratch there. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see? Scratch there because you didn't have a raised bit there.
Oh, no, that's the new one.
Yes. So that's got a scratch on it. And that hasn't because it's got a raised bit. It's alright, isn't it?
That's not good enough if it's just alright.
Yeah, but it's already near perfect anyway, so how does it need to be any better?
Okay.
When they've made something that's nearly perfect, a little bit more perfect.
That's a bit of an understatement, Dan. Pixel Peep, the wide opener f1.4 shots on the GM2 is sharp, so sharp. And you can see on the left, on the high contrast bit where my hair and hat is, the chromatic aberration is better controlled on the GM2 versus the old one. Lens comps was off on both, by the way. But if you prefer taking portraits stopped down a little, at f5.6, there really isn't too much difference.
And if you want it even more perfect, well, it's got to be the size of this. It's bigger than the whole camera.
And the lens ends here, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's quite... I mean, that's an adapter, but still, good lens though.
Well, I hope so for that size. Do they still sell them new?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, if it's new, they're still very expensive.
I think second hand though, it's all about the same, isn't it?
Yeah. For the price of the new GM2, you can essentially get a used Otis. Of course, that's manual focus. You have to focus everything manually. I'll try and stay very still.
That is the main problem with using the Otis 85mm. You have to focus it manually. You're dealing with a shallow plane of focus, so you really need to be careful with focusing it. So it might not be completely fair to compare sharpness. For bokeh, here's the Otis compared with the GM2. But which one is which? It might not be fair, but we're going to look at the sharpness anyway. f1.4, the Otis is sharper than the original GM, with less CA, but when compared to the GM2 is still noticeably sharper. In terms of bokeh though, personally, I think the Otis looks a little nicer. There's not much difference on the right side of the frame, but if we look on the left, both have optical vignetting, that's the cat's eye shaped bokeh, but those specular highlight balls blend away just a tad more with the Otis.
If you don't mind manual focus.
Yeah. Well, if your subject doesn't move.
Yeah.
You've got very still subjects.
I mean, let's face it, portraits.
Well, you've got very fast fingers.
Yeah. So, there we go.
It's fine for you, you're fast-fingered.
I've trained my fingers well. So, I don't even know what I meant by that.
Look, years of practice, right? You know,
Yes,
you can hold the
that's
lens.
it. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Rangefinder practicing.
It's like autofocus, see? Look. Like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Bit hard to go around that way, though.
Experienced shooter right here. Knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but the AF's still better, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Unless you've got a flower in front of your face, in which case it thinks your face is better.
I don't blame it.
Yeah, that's how we treat our expensive glass. Now onto the cheap options we have available that we don't just chuck about on the grass. But there are some slight issues with using them.
Obviously, some of these lenses don't have any kind of connection with the camera bodies, so
Well, the lens definitely doesn't have any contact with the camera body here.
we have to do these signs just so I know which one's which. This is C for Canon. This is not some Korean boy band stuff.
I'm not going to play that surprise game with you because it's kind of obvious which one the Canon is now. But wow, that oldie is still a goodie. It's plenty sharp, but that bokeh, look at the way it renders those bokeh balls with soft edges. Those are some desirably gooey balls right there. The kind of deliciously gooey balls that you'd like to place right next to your face.
Just throwing it in there, in the mix, just to see, is a cheap lens better?
Well, while we're doing the mixing, we might as well chuck another Canon into the cauldron, the FD 85mm f1.8, an older optical formula that is softer wide open than the EF, with noticeably different bokeh. But what do you think of the bokeh? I think the EF bokeh is more pleasing on the eye, but there are a lot of FD fanboys out there gushing about the old school qualities of the FD lenses right now. Oh, hi Dan.
We wouldn't really shoot a picture like that, right?
No.
Just, we wanted some crap in the background.
Just saying this is not going into Dan's portfolio.
No, it's really not.
Yeah.
We just wanted crap. Messy crap. See what happened to it. FD, and that's the EF. That's the Otis. That's the Mark 1.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all pretty. Unlike the subject.
Well, I can't do much about that.
Buy any one of these lenses and they're fine.
Yeah.
You didn't have to watch the video.
No.
Because it doesn't matter which one you buy, they're all fine.
I'm just going to put this at the start of the video. Let's face it, stop comparing lenses and just be happy with what you got.
No.
What?
Then we don't have a job.
Okay. Always be unhappy with what you got and look at what the next man is carrying.
Anyway,
Yeah.
if
Lens.
you can afford the lens,
Yeah, buy it. If not, don't.
if not,
just be happy.
get that one. And if not,
Yeah.
get one of the other ones.
If you prefer drawing on paper, that's fine. Also okay. Do your portraits like that. So, I don't know why you're watching this, if you do. Anyway,
So what?
I don't know.
He's gone off on one.
Did you say the food's arrived?
Yes.
So where is it?
It'll be in a minute.
The point is, actually, what is the point? Oh yeah, the GM2 is really damn good, but just weigh up if you really need that crazy sharpness to make flattering portraits of people. You have to figure out what is more important. If good bokeh is what you're after, it can be had for much less. Latest might be greatest on paper, but not for every photographer. Right, our food is getting cold now. See ya!
Let's move away from here, it stinks here. Foxes. You do need to explain, I guess it was a fox.
Fox poo.
Yeah. Looks a little bit soft, too much fibre in its diet.
People in the world have no idea about the issues around fox poo.
I don't know what's the issues with fox poo.
Well, there's lots of it around if you live around here.
Well, I would have thought fox poo would be a bit bigger than that.
No, the foxes are really little poo.
They got little bowels. Foxes got little tiny bowels and bottoms.